Psalm and the month of Ramadan. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the things that break the fasting or don't break fasting, or you have to be careful. Yesterday, we talked about the difference between someone who is forgetfully or he's forgetting and he eats and drinks, and someone who eats intentionally with full conscious, however he mistakes the time. The first one, because he forgot that he is fasting and he eats or drinks, his fasting is okay and he continues. The second scenario, he eats intentionally, but he has a mistake in determining the time he eats after the Adhan al-Fajr or just before sunset. That person has to repeat because he remembers that there is fasting and he's conscious, but he mistakes the time. Question: what if somebody keeps forgetting? On the first day of Ramadan, he grabs something and he drinks. And then after that, he eats. Oh, I forgot. If that is repeated, do you think that will break his fasting? Yes. Scholars say, at least in Shafi'i madhab, that this will break the fasting for someone who has the habit of breaking his fasting. But if it happens a few times, it will be accepted. Things that break the fast. General list, but it has some details. Number one is anything that goes inside the cavity of the body, the abdomen, anything that goes inside, whether food or drink or anything else. Next, any injection in the private parts, front or back, that will break the fasting. Any intentionally vomiting, breaks the fast. Intercourse, sleeping with the wife, intentional ejaculation, will break the fast. Menstruation or bleeding of woman, monthly or postpartum, will break the fasting. Losing conscious, someone who faints, not sleeping, fainting. And apostasy if somebody leaves Islam. These are the 10 major categories. There are here and there some details, especially the first one. So when it comes to the first one, which is getting something inside the mouth, scholars focus on the natural passages, holes that go inside the body. What goes inside the body? The mouth and the nose connected, right? What else? The ear is connected, right? Small canal connected. And what else? The private parts, the front and back. So anything that comes inside the body from these passages will break the fasting. Okay? So the cavity of the body, the abdomen, what is inside the whole or the whole part of the body that has the organs. Anything that goes inside it through the natural passages, then it breaks the fasting, whether it is food or non-food. Even if it is medicine, from the private back part, also breaks the fasting. Some telescope surgeries, when they insert it from the mouth or from the back or from the front, they go inside, that will break the fasting. Now, if it stays in the mouth and somebody spits it, it will be fine. The Messenger ﷺ was very careful, and he wanted people to rinse their mouths thoroughly if they are not fasting. So if somebody is fasting, you should not rinse your mouth a lot. Why? Because something might fall by mistake. So don't expose yourself to that thing. So be on the safe side. Just rinse your mouth quickly and go, unless if somebody is bleeding, etc. But normal condition. Scholars say if somebody exaggerates in rinsing his mouth and something is swallowed by mistake, in that case, his fasting is broken because intentionally he did it. Related to that is the toothpaste. Toothpaste is, according to many scholars, it is disliked during the fasting, like rinsing the mouth a lot. So try to brush your teeth before Adhan al-Fajr and after sunset, not during the day, to be on the safe side. It is disliked. But now the problem is, by mistake, it is not tolerated by many scholars, and the fasting is broken. In these cases, if the fasting is broken, you should continue the fasting of that day, although It's not counting for you. And you make up. Why? Respecting the month and Muslims who are fasting. So if somebody's fasting is broken, he should observe fasting, continue to fast, and to make up for that day. Respecting the month. Unless if he's sick, etc., then he can eat. But we mean these mistakes. What about the mucus that comes from the nose or the head to the throat? If you are able, now the mucus usually is not your regular saliva. If it has a body, it is clot, so you have to spit it out. If it is swallowed intentionally, it is coming from the nose. If it is swallowed intentionally and goes to the passage through the natural passage to the stomach, then it breaks the fasting. So you have to spit it out. If it slips and you cannot do it and you try, and all of that is forgiven. If it is by mistake swallowed, you couldn't get it out, then that is okay. But if it is swallowed intentionally, then that breaks the fasting. You hold on that day and you break your fasting, you make up another day. Another issue related to food and drink. Sometimes food and drink will not come from the natural passage. It comes through IV in the veins, right? Somebody's sick in the hospital, they put it in the veins. You break the fasting. Although it did not come from the natural passage, right, the mouth, but it came from outside, from the skin, and directly was inside the body. Okay, so it breaks the fasting. Opposite to other things that if you apply some cream on the hands, that will not break your fasting. It is not the natural passage of food that goes inside, and usually it doesn't go penetrate the layers of the skin. Okay. Another thing, ear drops. The ear is connected to the throat. If it is done and somebody tastes the medicine in his throat, then that food went through natural passage, holes in the body inside. So if it goes, and he finds the taste in the throat, it breaks his fasting. And also the nose. The nose is immediately connected to the throat. That will break the fasting. The eye is not a natural passage, right? The eye is not a natural passage to food to come inside the body, so it doesn't break the fasting. Injections that are in the skin. We're not talking about IV food nutritious coming. We're talking or blood transfusion that comes. Somebody they give him blood. This is like food coming inside his body, right? Reaching his heart and his lungs and all of that. That breaks. But other injections in the skin, they will be fine. Like vaccinations in your shoulder, in your cheek, injections, muscles, insulin. Somebody has the insulin. Injections, and all of that will be fine to take during the day. Why? The medicine is not getting inside the body through the natural way and doesn't reach the blood and the internal part of the body. Inhaler. To be on the safe side, avoid using inhaler because natural passage of the mouth and it reaches the organs of the body inside the lungs. Some scholars tolerate it because the amount of the medicine is very, very, very tiny. They say it's subject when you are walking in the street, you have dust coming inside your mouth, so it will be fine. But to be on the safe side, avoid it. Do it before Fajr. If you have 2 puffs, for example, in the day, do one before Fajr and one in the evening after Maghrib. Alhamdulillah, the day is getting shorter now for Ramadan, right? So it is very easy to limit it. If somebody is using it regularly, then the correct opinion that it breaks fasting. And by the stronger reason, smoking from the natural mouth inside the body breaks the fasting. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for smokers to make tawbah and quit in this Ramadan. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.